by closely observing its movements for a few hours at this season than by watching it for a month later on. The life that centers about the nest is most absorbing. Few sights are more stimulating to interest in outdoor life than spying on a pair of wild birds engaged in nest building. Nest hunting, therefore, soon becomes a part of the bird student's occupation, and I heartily recommend such a course to beginners, provided great care is exercised not to injure the nest and their contents. Caution in nest hunting. A thoughtful person will, of course, be careful in approaching a wild bird's nest, otherwise much mischief may be done in a very short time. I have known dainty eggs and darling baby birds to be literally visited to death by well-meaning people with the best of intentions. The parents become discouraged by constantly recurring alarms and desert the nest, or a cat will follow the path made through the weeds and leave nothing in the nest worth observing. Even the bending of limbs or the pushing aside of leaves will produce a change in the surroundings, which, however slight, may be sufficient to draw the attention of some feathered enemy. When one stumbles on the nest of a quail, meadowlark, or ovenbird, it is well not to approach it closely, because all over the country many night-prowling animals have the habit of following by scent the footsteps of anyone who has lately gone along through the woods or across the fields. One afternoon, by the rarest chance, I found 3 quails' nests containing eggs. The next morning I took out a friend to share the pleasure of my discoveries. We found every nest destroyed and the eggs eaten. My trail the evening before lay through cultivated fields, and it was thus easy for us to find in the soft ground the tracks of the fox or small dog that, during the night, had followed the trail with calamitous results to the birds. When finding the nests, I had made the mistake of going to within a few inches of them. Had I stopped 6 feet away, the despoiler that followed probably never would have known there was a nest near, for unless a dog approaches within a few feet of a brooding quail, it does not possess the power of smelling it. Going afield. It is rarely necessary to go far afield to begin the study of birds. Often one may get good views of birds from one's open window, as many species build their nests close to the house when the surroundings are favorable. Last spring I counted 18 kinds of birds one morning while sitting on the veranda of a friend's house, and later found the nests of no less than 7 of them within sight of the house. When one starts to hunt birds, it is well to bear in mind a few simple rules. The first of these is to go quietly. One's good sense would of course tell him not to rush headlong through the woods, talking loudly to a companion, stepping upon brittle twigs, and crashing through the underbrush. Go quietly, stopping to listen every few steps. Make no violent motions, as such actions often frighten a bird more than a noise. Do not wear brightly colored clothing, but garments of neutral tones which blend well with the surroundings of field and wood. It is a good idea to sit silently for a time on some log or stump, and soon the birds will come about you, for they seldom notice a person who is motionless. A great aid to field study is a good field glass. A glass enables one to see the colors of small birds hopping about the shrubbery or moving through the branches of trees. With its aid, one may learn much of their movements, and even observe the kind of food they consume. A very serviceable glass may be secured at a price varying from $5 to $10. The National Association of Audubon Societies, New York City, sells a popular one for $5. If you choose a more expensive, high-powered binocular, it will be found of greater advantage when watching birds at a distance, as on a lake or at a seashore. Notebooks. The bird student should early acquire the custom of making notes on such subjects as are of special interest. In listening to the song or call of some unknown bird, the notes can usually be written down in characters of human speech, so that they may be recalled later with sufficient accuracy to identify the singer. It is well to keep a list of the species observed when on a trip. For many years in my field excursions, I kept careful lists of the birds seen and identified, and have found these notes to be of subsequent use and pleasure. In college and summer school work, I have always insisted on pupils cultivating the notebook habit, and results have well justified this course. In making notes on a bird that you do not know, it is well to state the size by comparing it with some bird you know, as, for example, smaller than an English sparrow, about the size of a robin, and so on. Try to determine the true colors of the